Hey, it's Sean Shapiro, here we go. Knows the road rules better than most folks know. Ask your questions, bring the heat or keep it chill. He's got the answers and a license to spill. Ask a traffic cop, Sean's your guy. Breaking it down, no lie, no tie. Knows the stuff and things to keep you clear. Ask away, he's the voice you wanna hear. Badge, now a podcast star, navigating traffic laws near and far. Stop sign confusions or a signal light feud. Sean's the one to give you the right attitude. Yeah, ask a traffic cop, Sean's your guy. Breaking it down, no lie, no tie. Knows the stuff and things to keep you clear. Ask away, he's the voice you wanna hear. From this man. Ask a traffic cop, Sean's your guy. Breaking it down, no lie, no tie. Knows the stuff and things to keep you.
I love that song. I can't get enough of it. That's why I do the intro thing with it every single time. How you doing? My name is Sean Shapiro. I am a former police officer who talks about traffic safety, traffic law, and police stuff. And today is Friday. Yes, it is the day which marks the end of the work week, and that means no show over the weekend because I don't work on the weekend, but I do enjoy being here for you. Some exciting stuff to announce. I finally published a new website. If you go to askatrafficcop.com or .ca, you can go onto our website. And what does that mean? Well, if you go there, not only will you have an embedded link playing the video. Wait, why don't I just show you to you? I'm going to show it to you. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's do it. Let's see here. Press this button. Clickety clack. What are we doing here? Where is it? Where is it? Is it here? Yeah, I've got it on. Oh, come on. Okay, way to lead up, and then it doesn't work. Why? Because I think this is in the wrong. It's in Safari. Hang on a second. Let's open it up in Chrome. We can make this better. We can make it better. New. Paste. There we go. Interesting. Okay. So, press play. There it is. All right. Okay, way to lead up, and then let's put that. So this is what. No, that doesn't look very good. Why is it so small? I want it to be bigger. Let's switch this around. Like this. All right. So it's me inside of the. Where's the little me? Okay. So it kind of. I'm not doing a real good job here. Anyway, the story is that you can go online and you can jump into the Ask a Traffic Cop page. You can also do something really cool, which is hit this button here for send a voicemail, and you can send me a voice message, which will allow you to ask questions live on the show, which I think is phenomenal. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. It's something I wanted to do. We were doing something a while back using another program that allowed us to have a group chat, asynchronous communication. It was really awesome. And then they went off they went out of business. And then they came back and they were like super expensive. So that was a thing. Anyway, askatrafficcop.ca or .com both work. And I'm really excited about it. Yeah. Just take a second to thank our sponsor, Diamond and Diamond. Of course, they are sponsoring Better Traffic, which is the not-for-profit I founded when I left the Toronto Police and started doing stuff on my own. I wanted to make an organization that would help make traffic safety better across Canada and eventually maybe the United States too. The goal is to do stuff and things like I do. with police agencies to help build community in their communities, not just Ontario. So that's something I want to do. Just a thank you to Diamond and Diamond. And if you are interested in sponsoring Better Traffic, head over to bettertraffic.ca. It's a thing you can do. If you are watching and you have traffic and police questions, this is how it works. You ask them, I answer them, and we have a lot of fun. At least I have a lot of fun. Hope you have a lot of fun too. If you go into Instagram, same thing. Please like and share. But the big thing is on TikTok, tap that screen, send some likes, because likes help bring other people to the party. I have seen a number of wild videos. People have been tagging me up like crazy, and it's fantastic. Thank you very much for anyone who tags me in a video that I should see. It helps me find content that I can share with all of you. And if you see stuff, or even if you take your own video, if you take a video, if you have dash cam, obviously don't record while you're in your car using your camera phone, unless you're a passenger, because that's not illegal. But the deal is, be careful. But yeah, if you've got great footage, send it to me because I'd love to respond to it. I do have a system being put into the Traffic Cop or Ask a Traffic Cop website, and that's going to allow people to submit their videos too. I had it working on trafficcop.ca. It may still be working. That's right now just a link tree. Eventually, it'll all just go to the Traffic Cop page. All right. Nicholas Rizzi says, let's see here. This is terrible. Nicholas Rizzi wants to know, he says, hi, Sean, I'm with my 6-year-old. He has a question. Is it true if he doesn't eat his vegetables at dinner, he can be arrested and punished up to 6 years in prison? No. And as much as I love the joke, and Rizzi's a friend and a comedian and an all-around funny guy, but parents often come to police officers and say, if you don't do what I say, I am going to get this officer to arrest you. And it's one of the worst things you can do, because you want to build a trust with children and police, because we want them to know that they can come to us for anything at any time. The worst thing is to put them in a situation where they're fearful of police. So don't do that. It's funny, but it's not funny. Yeah, don't do that. Let's see. There is a whole bunch of people. Honda Migs, what's going on? V. Rodriguez, how's it going? Long time no see. Actually, I was just answering a question for your son in the DMs. I get a lot of messages in DM about things. People don't always feel comfortable sharing their story out in the open, which is fine. I'm here for you, even if it means a DM. I can't guarantee that I'll get back to you as quickly as you like, but I will eventually get back to your messages. Have you ever thought about becoming a police officer? I don't mean anyone watching that I answered questions specifically to, but I mean, like, have you ever thought about becoming a police officer? Maybe a volunteer? Yeah. Well, you should know that they're hiring. And I'm going to open up the most magical website ever, tps.ca/careers, because I want to take an opportunity to show you what's currently available. Is this going to mess up? This is not going to be good. Let's go this version. Okay, here we go. Careers. Yeah, I want it to be this. Come on, you can do it. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That's the button. All right. The careers page is what you get when you go to www.tps.ca/careers. So I adjust my window size here. Hang on. Bigger. There we go. I think that looks good. And if you go onto that website, you will see this. And if you scroll up, you get all the headings of the major jobs that they're hiring for. Police constable, they're always hiring for. If you click on it, you get to know some background information on what you'll be expected to do, what the requirements are, and guess what? If you hit the Apply Now button, it starts the process. You can start that by filling out your resume and all the basics as you're going through the process, and be ready. When you're actually ready to meet the test head on, because there are testing requirements, when you're actually able to pass it, you can then take it to the next step. You can start building your profile on the website right now. Special constable is basically what I started as. It was called court officer back in the day. Now they handle more stuff and things. Parking enforcement officer, magical people like Aaron who help keep the city moving. They're the unsung heroes of that work to keep Toronto rolling. And Toronto's got some bad traffic issues. Could you imagine if they weren't around, if parking wasn't there to keep things moving? Wow. Auxiliary officer is what I was talking about. That is a volunteer opportunity, and truly how I started with the Toronto Police 25 years ago. It was an amazing thing. And funny, I just saw my buddy Matt Mintz. He and I were both auxiliaries in the same class. We joined at the same time. He became a parking enforcement officer. I became a court officer. But that was, and I just saw him yesterday as I went to get some new blue bins. Yeah. He is no longer with the police. He now manages, I think he's a manager with the city. Let's see here. Now, auxiliary officers who are volunteers who support the Toronto Police Service in delivering crime prevention programs and assist in large-scale events such as parades, operational call-outs in search of missing people. Yeah, I got my search and rescue training with the auxiliary police. Anyway, if you're looking for a unique way to volunteer and contribute to the city you live in and that you love, you don't actually have to live in the city of Toronto, but it does help. You should look into it. It's amazing. Amazing. Uniform, training, very unique opportunity. But let's look at what the civilian roles are, because they always have postings for different stuff and things, and they're always interesting. For them, crime intelligence analyst, intelligence services, senior product manager, facilities management, YIPPY, that's the Youth and Policing Initiative After School Fall Program. That's where young persons who live in certain areas can apply and work part-time for the police service after school. And then they have a summer program as well. Communications operator, again, unsung heroes. They're the folks who answer the call when you dial 911 and direct police officers to assist you. So these are all positions that are open. You see the posting date here, but if you go up and look at the posting, scroll down, you have to apply by May 2nd. If you don't apply by May 2nd, you aren't applying because the job is going to close and you're going to miss out. It's a thing. It's how it works. All right, stop sharing. Here's something that I can suggest for you right now. Check that site regularly if you have any interest at all in joining a police service, or the police service, this police service, or any police service. Go look at their website, but check back regularly because those postings don't last forever. Okay, Steve says, thank you for your service, Sean. I'm from Ottawa. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate the thank you, and glad that you're finding value in what I do here. Please share, tell your friends, and also know that if you have new drivers or people who are approaching the driving age and want to get a head start, I am working on a project, although I haven't published in a week. I am reading the Ontario Driver's Handbook, and I'm reading it so that people who are having difficulty studying for it can do better. There's other ways to do it, but I think this is a great way, and I've had a lot of positive feedback in the first 2 chapters. Laj says, catastrophically injured MVA? Tell me more. What's going on? Did you get into a collision since we last spoke? Laj is a regular on the show as a viewer. Hope you're okay. I mean, catastrophically injured. I understand what that means. I was there. When you're in a collision, there's different categories that insurance companies place you in based on what happened to you. So if you were recently injured and just telling us now, hope you get better and feel better and are better soon. Bullet, it's a bullet. Their username is a dot, and they have a dot as their icon. It's just a circle, and they want to know what my thoughts on Alberta's traffic control, or just thoughts on Alberta's traffic. You're going to have to be more specific because I don't know what you're asking. Are you talking about their traffic signals? Are you talking about their enforcement? What are you talking about? And although he's not here now, he's usually here when not under the weather. We have an Albertan who is a traffic officer there, and he talked all about there. We talk about it on a regular basis. So what do you want? What about the enforcement? I don't know what you mean. Do you mean the automated enforcement? Do you mean, what do you mean? Say it all. Like, give me an actual question. Because just thoughts on Alberta traffic control. I haven't been to Alberta in 25 or 30 years. I don't know what their enforcement, like, you have to give me more. Automated enforcement, if that's what you're talking about. I've been seeing a lot of it in the news. Tell me more. If you've got questions, I've generally got answers. And I talk about stuff across Canada when it comes to traffic safety. And I also talk about the concepts behind enforcement. A lot of people think that enforcement is a bad thing. They're getting caught, and they shouldn't, and it's not fair, and it's a cash grab, and that's sad because it means you're breaking the law, getting caught, and then upset that you get caught, and then you point the finger and say it's not my fault for breaking the law and getting caught. It's your fault for catching me because you're a big baddie. I talk about all these things because I think they're very interesting. I don't know how to pronounce your name. We'll call you LSX. Why are burnouts considered defacing the roadway? Because you're damaging the roadway. You're heating up the roadway. You're drawing oils to the surface. You're leaving rubber compound all over the place. You are damaging the roadway. That's why it's called defacing the roadway, because you're damaging the roadway. It's not meant to be, done that way. Also, if burnouts and drifting and things like drifting automatically stunt driving will take your car and your license. Burnouts, depending on the person you're speaking to, either qualifies for stunt driving or not. Definitely would qualify for careless driving. Anyway, yeah, let me know. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. But the fact that you can't figure out, or you hadn't figured out why it was considered defacing the roadway, have you looked at skid marks before? That there's marks in the roadway. Laj says, thank you for your kind words. Unfortunately, been over 10 years now. 5-second T-bone, 10-year legal nightmare. Yes. Have you spoken to a good lawyer? Because, these guys, I mean, 10 years into it, you've probably already dealt with that, but that's their thing. They're the folks who go and fight for you. And there's other folks who do it, but they're the biggest in Canada. Anyway, they happen to be sponsors, so I like to remind people that they do good work by helping me be here, but they do great work when they're fighting for you. Okay. Let's see here. Avi, how's it going? Justin is here. Justin Hilario. Carl Turner, my mysterious friend, joined. It's a great username because as you read it, it looks like my mysterious friend joined. And I guess now you are my mysterious friend. Okay. If you've got questions, I've got answers. I'm a former traffic officer who talks about traffic safety, traffic law, and police stuff. And Akela is back officially, which is awesome. Welcome back. He's in the midst of selling a home. You want to buy a home? He's got one for sale. Okay. Oh, Nicholas wasn't happy with my answer about kids eating their vegetables. He asked if the kid would go to jail for 6 years for saying no, and I don't play along with that game, so he's upset. No, you never say yes to a kid. Terrorize the poor kid. All right. What is this? Oh, interesting. What strange question to ask. Okay, inside a TTC subway station, just below the subway platform, right next to the big tracks, is a big gray box that says police use only. What's inside that box? I believe it's a stretcher and equipment for removing bodies. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I haven't been down there. I did have training many years ago in regards to rail injuries, and it's for moving a body off the tracks so they can get the trains moving again. I'm pretty sure that's what we're talking about. Okay. And on a lighter note, let's see what 555 wants to know. It says here, sir, you seem suspicious. Can you step out of the car? Okay. I don't usually get people to get. I did not get people to get out of their car. I don't want them to be on the road and have an issue. It's unsafe on the road, and I don't want to be responsible for that. Let's see here. So generally speaking, although it is a lawful request. LSX says, I believe in law enforcement. I do not believe in targeting everyday workers and vehicles instead of, and then they got cut off. Let's unpack this. Oh, he says, I enjoy watching police catch real criminals. We're talking actual bad guys, not the mom and pops doing 10 over. Well, I got to tell you that enforcement is incredibly important. This is a great topic, and I'm so glad you brought it up. So enforcement when it comes to traffic is still very important. More people are unalived as a result. I hate that I have to say unalived instead of the actual words, but apparently the reviewers review AI stuff. So the deal is that more people are unalived as a result of motor vehicle collisions than all violent crime put together. We have a focus of all the nasty bad people that are involved with guns and drugs and stick-ups and things like that. Those things are outliers. They're really offensive outliers, but they happen less frequently than the everyday atrocities, collisions, mishaps, intentional, unintentional, doesn't matter. What happens on the road affects real people. Like a couple of years ago, we had almost 50 people die in the city of Toronto on the road. How is that acceptable? It's all because of the, people who are doing 10, 20, 30 over and not paying attention, using their phones. Enforcement on traffic-related situations is incredibly important. That's not to suggest that the other stuff isn't important. It is. And the vast majority of police resources do go to that other stuff. It's a very small percentage that are focused on traffic stuff. But of course, real people going to work get affected, but those real people are breaking the law if they get a ticket. I don't have sympathy for them. There's an easy way to avoid police interaction is don't break the law, whether it's criminal or driving. If you just do the right thing and you do it safely, no one wants to bother you. Just follow the rules. It's so simple and so much safer. But I get it. Like, first of all, no cops focused on a 10 over person. Like, I had a friend who was taken way too many years too early. He was an amazing police officer, and he used to focus on the people doing 50 over. He was a stunt guy. He went and he would pull in stunt drivers every single day, big cases, right? He's a police officer who didn't go after 10 overs, didn't waste his time. He was going after 50 overs, and they exist all over the place, all the time, and he was catching them. And yeah, now when we talk about 10 overs, 10 over in a 30 zone, I would hammer that person because they're doing way too fast for that area. There's a reason it's 30 over. It's to protect kids. LSX continues and goes on to say 100%. I believe that full-heartedly. So that means that most income also comes from vehicles then. What income? Are you talking about police officers or tickets? Like the tickets, first of all, ticket revenue goes to the province, not to the police service. There may be some divide to the city for programs, but it's not money doesn't just go to the police officer. Certainly there's no bonus for getting a lot of tickets. The motivation is safety. Like I've never written a ticket going, oh, yay, I'm going to get an extra, free toaster this year. No, there's no bonuses. There's no quota. The only reason we write tickets is to make the road safer. And people can choose to believe that or not. That's up to them. Haley99, my friend who brought politics to my channel. Can someone drive with a G1? Sorry, can someone with a G1 drive alone? If not, what will happen if they get pulled over? Haley, do you have your G1? Because you should know the answer to this question if you do. But here's the answer. If for all those who are wondering, because it's a great question, it is a great question. You're not allowed to drive with a G1 because a G1 is not a driver's license. It is a learner's permit. It replaced the 365 of yesteryear, and it is a permit that allows you to operate a motor vehicle while directly being supervised by a qualified G-class driver. Qualified means 4 years experience and a full G license. 4 years experience that starts at G2 level, because G1's not a license, doesn't count for crap. It just gives you the ability to drive while being supervised. And in addition to the fact you have to be supervised, there's conditions. 0 alcohol, that's 1. 2, you can't be on roads that have a speed limit over 80 kilometers an hour, or no 400 series highways, no roads like the Don Valley Parkway and such. You can't be out there. There are some exemptions. There are roads where you can go over 80 because they're rural roads and you got no other way to get around, but there's a list of the roads you can't go on. What else can you not have? And nobody else can be in the front seat of the car. There's conditions, and if you break those conditions, you're looking to get a $110 fine, and you are also going to get a suspension on your G1 learner's permit, and you're going to have escalating measures. So if you drive solo without a supervisor, you're looking at a G1 drive unaccompanied ticket. It's $110. You're also not insured when you drive G1 unaccompanied because you're not licensed. And insurance companies are kind of funny about that. They want you to be licensed to drive a motor vehicle. So not insured, getting a ticket for $110. You're also getting a 30-day suspension if it's your first time, a 90-day suspension on your second time. And if you do it a third time, you're kicked out of the driving program. You get to start at 0, nil, zilch. It's a thing. So that's the start. Oh, yeah, and they're not driving home. If you get pulled over, you get caught, you don't get to drive home without a license. You have to get towed or call a friend. And if you're blocking a roadway, you're getting towed. And the person who let you drive the car, if they let you drive the car knowing you had a G1, they're getting charged for doing that because the owner's responsible for ensuring that the person driving the car isn't in contravention with any conditions. You would be if you were a G1 driving alone. So if you took the car with permission, they're getting charged. If they say, I never let Haley drive my car without permission, they don't have a license. Well, then you would be charged criminally for take vehicle without consent. And that kind of kicks it up to the next level. So people with G1s don't drive unless you're doing it right because it's not right. Let's see here. Okay. Laj already dealt with the collision and the trial, and they hired a different law firm at the time. And they said you only have 2 years after a collision to file for a lifelong injury. Listen, I'm still dealing with a lifelong injury. I also took mine to court, and people say a lot of bad things about lawyers, but thank God for lawyers, because if not, I wouldn't have gotten a penny, and I imagine you wouldn't have either, despite the fact that your injuries are your injuries. But at least I hope you got properly compensated. If you've been involved in a collision, if you don't know what your rights are, you really should be talking to our sponsors. And this isn't an ad. This is me really telling you, you need to get protection. If you've been in a collision and you don't know what your rights are, talk to Diamond and Diamond. And also watch their podcast. It's the Know Your Rights podcast. And I'm on it on a regular basis. So it's a thing. Let's see here. Shanice Gibson, who just scrolled past. There we go. Shanice says, hey, Sean. Actually, they said, hi, Sean. Let's talk HOV lane. I made a video about it yesterday, and people are hounding me in the comments. Shanice, I want to follow you back, and I want to watch that video. Can you send me that video in the DMs? I'm going to go. One sec. Maybe I can. Here we go. I'll follow you on my other account so I can find you. Follow. And then I will go. Which video is it? Either one of the 9,000. Let's see. HOV. And you're wearing a Disney shirt. Awesome. I'm sending it to myself so I can watch it later. And yeah, awesomeness. We're Disney. We're Disney people here. So that's awesome. I will check it out. And I will, but what do you want to talk about with the HOVs? I didn't watch the video. I just heard you talking about it. And I figured I'd respond later. But you're here. Let's talk about it. Tell me what you want to say. Like, or you could also shoot me a voice message. By the way, that is a super cool function that we now have available to us, and it is that if you are going to askatrafficcop.ca or .com, you can send me voicemail, and it's freaking amazing. Like thoroughly awesome. Is that another way of saying amazing? I don't know. You can send a message, and then I get it in my inbox, and I can play it for the show. It's another way of communicating. It's a little more personal when we can play your voice online. I like it. But I'm going to totally spend time in your video looking in the comments. Crash Me says, can you use a golf cart instead of an electric scooter if you have no legs? On the golf course? Where? On the road? Golf carts are not permitted for use in on the road. There are some communities that allow them. That's going to be based on the local authorities making them possible, because there is there's a couple of places, if you look in the HTA, that has a golf cart exemption or golf cart temporary program, but it's up to the community to allow them, and most communities will say no. And then you've got a low speed motor vehicle pilot project that's in play. Again, it depends on the community and whether or not they've adopted it, put them in place. But it's all coming. These kind of things are being addressed. But there are a lot of things, and legs are probably going to be a thing. Generally speaking, you can get a vehicle that is a golf cart instead of an electric scooter. If you have, so a wheelchair would be probably the best bet for you. And there's some amazing wheelchairs, but also they're subsidized by the Ontario government. If you need a wheelchair, your golf cart won't be. In addition, if you're looking at motor vehicles, there's obviously motor vehicles that can be adapted to run, but golf carts not. So anyway, no to the golf cart in most cases. Okay, so let's go back into. Oh, so we're back to LSX, who says, having your car profiled and picked out, major issue around here as well. Can't own something nice. I don't agree with you. I've never profiled a car. I've looked for vehicles that were violators. If your vehicle was modified and is illegal because of the modifications that you have done to it, well, then you've just advertised to police saying, pull me over, I've broken the law, just look. And we can do those investigations and inspections. And oddly enough, if you've broken the law, then we take you off the road. You're not being profiled. You're advertising that you're breaking the law based on the vehicle. So let me clarify. A Honda Civic, not a problem. A dropped Honda Civic with a fart can exhaust pipe, that is illegal because it's got, it's dropped and it's got a fart can. Did I play any voice messages? Did I get any voice messages? Let's have a look. I will see if any voice messages came in. That's a good point. Okay, where did I log in last? Stand by. We've got a good question going on. Boom. John has a message. Stand by. Okay. Okay. So here's the question. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it. Here's the question. It's from John.
Please amend it as well.
Oh, let's start that from the beginning.
Hi there, my name is John. I'm just asking to see if a collision report is made at the Collision Reporting Center and then later cancelled. Is the database with Toronto Police amended as well?
So the question being is, you make a report, and this is, I think this has been something we've been talking about ongoing. The question is really whether or not a report it gets changed or ended. Does it live on forever? If you make a report, the report is being done. If they change the situation and they say you're not at fault, or it never gets deleted, but it does get amended. So the system, because the system will, depending if it qualifies, send the system to the ministry, like the collision to the ministry. It doesn't just hang out on the on locally, generally speaking. So you make a report, it does go through the process. If you, excuse me, if you, I'm not. Let me listen to that one more time.
Hi there, my name is John. I'm just asking to see if a collision report is made at the Collision Reporting Center and then later cancelled. Is the database with Toronto Police amended?
Okay, so I'm not sure how you cancel a report. If you make a report, it exists. I've never heard of one being just canceled. Maybe there's more information about that, why it would be canceled. But generally speaking, if one has been filed, they can amend it with new information. But canceling, I don't see that happening. Most reports and everything that ever enters the system is in there forever. Just saying. We got Brandon. Good morning, Sean and all. Sorry I'm late. Being busy getting the Corvette and things ready to go to for the Miami Grand Prix. Are you driving you're driving the Corvette to Miami, or what are you doing? I want to know. And I'm also really torn about whether or not I am going to buy what barbecue I'm going to buy. Do I? Yeah, we were talking barbecues last night. Brandon is a chef, and of course now he's my barbecue guru. And I bought a smoker, a pellet smoker yesterday. I haven't picked it up yet. I basically paid for it. Now I don't know if I want that or if I want a gas grill to replace my broken gas grill. But that's another story, and we're going to move on with traffic stuff. My name is Sean Shapiro. I am a former police officer. I talk about traffic safety, traffic law, and police stuff. And I just want to thank the folks at Diamond and Diamond and Better Traffic. Well, Diamond and Diamond sponsors Better Traffic. Better Traffic is what hosts this show. It's all the same thing. I started Better Traffic. It's a not-for-profit organization, and we're trying to make traffic safety education better. It's just better traffic safety education. All right. Sam Hoskins says, I couldn't imagine even wanting to drive alone with a G1. My anxiety could never. You got, it's either because there's some communication where people are like, I don't get it, or people who just don't care because they think that they've got a license to drive because they weren't paying attention. And, weird. LJ says, good morning, Sean. My message disappeared. Trying again. Sent you a picture and a message on Instagram for you to look at and get your thoughts. Thanks. LJ, I will check it out. I don't know why it disappeared. I didn't see it, but I saw that one. So back to the whole G1 thing. I've also seen a large number of people who sit there and they come from another country. They had a full license there. When they come here, they don't qualify for a straight trade, so they get a G1. They think they're still eligible, and they just drive. Or they just say, I got to make money, and they do what they want. They don't realize the risk they're putting themselves in. So, Smelly Boy's mom jumped in. Awesome. Avi, how you? We said hi to Avi already, sort of, kind of. Okay, just going to check the mailbox because no more voicemails. You can leave voicemails if you go to askatrafficcop.ca. You can leave me a voicemail. Just tell me who you are and what your question is, and we'll play it on the show. It's a new thing. I just put that into play yesterday. Like, it's cutting edge, or at least most recent adjustment. Let's see here. MD Martin says, just curious, do you carry a golden badge signifying you're retired? Golden badge is what's issued by the Toronto Police Association. The Toronto Police does give qualifying retirees their own badge with the center popped out. It says retired on it. and those aren't golden. Ruse Bari says, "Hey Sean, sir. Oh my God, long time no see and chat. It's been a while because I haven't seen you on this channel. Ever since I left the police service, I've been only operating, of course, on the VoiceOver Cop channel, my own channel, whereas the Traffic Services channel has been dormant, unfortunately. They're not creating any content over there. CHC Humacher. I don't know how to pronounce your username. I'm trying. What's one traffic law drivers misunderstood even though they think they're following it correctly? I know a number of them. It's my biggest pet peeve. They don't stop on right turns on reds. Many people fail to stop when making a right turn on red. I think many people misunderstand how traffic circles work. Roundabouts, they're horrible. Yeah, it's a thing. Now, what else is there? I mean, there's tons of things that people do. I think people think that speed limits are suggestions and not actual limits, but that's another story. Yeah. We'll get into, Brandon's got a PSA to share. Let's see here first. I got a quote that I got to flag for later. If you got dad jokes, put them in the comments because dad jokes are awesome and we share them at the end of the show. Akela responding to my comment about toasters. They can't give away toasters for tickets. After all, how many toasters does one need? No toasters, no free trips to Disney. They don't give you anything. What is this? What? Here's a suggestion or a question from Rizzy. Let's say by next year, 50% of drivers lose their license for whatever, speeding, DUI, stunt driving. On one hand, the roads are safer, but would that congestion just be replaced by extra pedestrian and buses? I don't know. Do you remember during the vid? During the vid, the streets were barren. That's why we started to see so many people driving like jerks on the road. Just saying. I don't know what would happen. Maybe people would actually go green and start taking transit, which is if we actually used it to capacity, they probably make it more efficient because it's not efficient now, in my opinion. Okay. Ross from LinkedIn, right on. Greg Marshall says that there are actually speed limits for each lane on the highway. That is 100%. Yeah, you know what? That's a very good point, Greg. People think there's a passing lane. People think there's a fast lane. The truth is there is one speed limit for the entire roadway. Doesn't matter what lane you're in, although slower traffic, those that are going below the posted speed limit, should stay to the right. That's actually a law. You can't interfere with the flow of traffic intentionally. Brake checking, people don't think a lot of people think brake checking is just a great way to communicate and say stay off my butt, but really it's stunt driving and it could result in someone being taken off the road, suspended license, impounded vehicle, because it's stunt driving. And go away and I love your username. Shush. Go away, okay? That's the username. They need to add roundabouts to road tests at this point. Absolutely, because people just don't get it. Okay, I was told, well, how do I do this? We're going to go see what LJ's message is, and I got to do a couple of linkity links here. And here we go. So the question is, let me accept that so we can go. All right. Hey, Sean, I was in a parking lot and was going to park my motorcycle in the circled spot, but wondered if it was in the circled spot, but wondered if it was legal, legit parking spot. I know parking lot are private property. What are your thoughts? I need to know what a circled spot is. What's a circled spot? I am confused. Circled spot. Please, someone decode for me. Has anyone else seen a circled spot? I don't know what this is. There's no picture, unfortunately. Lisa, let me know. I'm very curious now. Okay. Stand by. There we go. Well, I'm waiting in case a picture shows up because I think you said there was a picture. I'll leave it right there. I have your chat window open. All right. In the meantime, Bruce, thanks for the follow. It says, I know this is not a question. Just stop by to see how you doing and chat soon. Keep in touch. Have a great weekend until we chat again. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. No, I can't see the picture. That's why. Maybe it's taking a delayed moment. Do 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 do. Staring at it. It's not working. All right. Let's see. We'll go back. In the meantime, just to give it some time to load. PSA, your four-way flashers are not just park anywhere lights. Oh, gosh, yeah. I did an entire article, and actually, if you go to askatrafficop.ca, not only can you send me a voicemail, but you can also subscribe to the mailing list because we're doing a newsletter. I do write articles on a regular basis, and I'll be sending those out in part of a newsletter on a regular basis as well. I want to give any bonuses, any good stuff that I found. Oh, I got the picture now. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna share with everybody your picture, and I do it just old school like this: is hold my phone up to the screen. So those are not parking spots. Those now it's private property. So could they ticket you? They could call private property because anything you do on private property, they could choose to enforce however they want to. So if that's not, it's clearly not. It's a solid line, and I know from having spoken to various security companies and property management that they can call and have you tagged for parking inappropriately. And they can even have you towed if they're willing to pay to have you towed, which is ridiculous. I don't think it's a problem. I used to park in those all the time until I got schooled by parking enforcement on the podcast. So yeah, it's a thing. It's an interesting thing. I think it makes sense to make that. They should label it as motorcycle parking, but it is it's similar to driving on the bullnose. Like there's areas of the highway that would be no driving. I would say it's also technically no parking. And you could be ticketed, but I don't think that it's like if you didn't have problems, maybe they don't care there. But I now I know what you mean by the circle. Awesomeness. Thanks for sending that. I appreciate it. Let's see here. So we were talking about park anywhere lights. Yeah, I did a whole article about hazards and not to use them in traffic because people don't understand what they're for. They're for vehicles that are truly hazards. And why are they, like people use them in fog? They shouldn't. People use them in when traffic is slowing down in front of them. I don't think they should. I get it. The problem is they're used for everything, including getting your Tim Hortons, which is what Brandon was making reference to, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, Brandon is driving to the Grand Prix. How many kilometers is that? Do you have auto drive? I don't want to drive those distances anymore. I used to drive everywhere. I'd take off my car and just go somewhere. It was awesome. And I don't want to do that anymore because now I want autopilot. Okay. It's a circle with a dot in the middle. Are you talking about a roundabout? What were you talking about? I think you were estimating or guesstimating what we were talking about with the picture. Okay. What is this? If so, I have seen that symbol mean gone home, also for full stop, and I've seen it used for Earth. Which symbol? I'm not picking up what you're putting down. Were you talking about which symbol? Okay. Oh, circle with a dot could mean that. I gotcha. All right, let me jump back into TikTok because I've been looking over at the other screen. Go away. Okay, says or used while driving in bad weather. We know it's bad. Yes. My biggest pet peeve. I got so many pet peeves. I'm a man with many peeves that are pets. Yeah, if you are driving in bad weather and you're putting the flashes on because it is foggy outside, we all know it's foggy outside because we're outside too. And if your vehicle, thank you for reminding me to get back to this point, if your vehicle is in limp mode, meaning that it is barely able to maintain speed, that is not an indicator to put your four-ways on and drive in the slow lane till you get home to Toronto when you're in Halifax. It is the indicator that you should get the hell off the highway because it's unsafe for you to be there, and find a mechanic or a tow truck, but get off the highway safely. Don't just drive around with your hazards on, which is, again, a major pet peeve. If you go to my LinkedIn, I have articles page there. If you go to my Twitter account, my x.com account, I have articles posted there too. And now, actually, I have the articles on at bettertraffic.ca, but they're not going to migrate over. And Ask a Traffic Cop is where I'm going to post them. I may just post them in both places. Can't have articles in too many places. But Ask a Traffic Cop is really the place that people will find easily. And the Better Traffic is the not-for-profit organization that makes all this possible. Yeah, even though I'm paying for most of it. And, of course, with the help of, sponsors like, press the button, Diamond & Diamond Lawyers. Just saying. I did at one point have logos across the back screen just all the time. And I don't know. I think we might go back to that. We say I can make the background anything. Is it better to have the background with logos all over the place, all the fine folks that are sponsoring the show? Or should we tap out and say, hey, once in a while, what would you rather see behind me? Does it matter? I think some people think it's too commercial, and that's why we were experimenting with not having logos there. But I kind of like the logos. Okay. What time is it? 46 minutes since we started this game of Talk About Traffic. I'm talking for an hour. That means we have 15 more minutes. If you've got questions, I generally have answers. If you don't have questions, please share this live with someone who does, because the goal is to help as many people as possible. And I talk about stuff and things on a regular basis. In fact, 5 days a week. 2 of those days, I'm at 9 p.m., and 3 of those days, I'm at 10 a.m. I'll let you guess which ones. It's actually on the website if you go to askatrafficcop.ca, where you can not only leave me a voicemail message, you can also sign up for the mailing list, because I plan on sharing a whole bunch of stuff here that won't be anywhere else. Make it mysterious. Glory and Tim Mater and Avi, Alex, how's it going? Welcome. Okay. Let's see what's going on over here. What is going on over there? That's what I want to know. What are you doing on the weekend? Do you have anything special planned? I'd love to hear about it. Okay, I do want to put a video up. Now, let me just share this video because I was shocked. Okay, one thing I'll just put up on screen here. I will hold a camera, my phone to the camera. What do you think of that? What is that? At a glance, what do you think that says? What do you think that says? Let me know. I want to know what you think. I'm gonna share these all. Actually, we'll put it on screen so we can zoom in. I've got so many videos that I have to share and comment on. The people are the fine folks who are sharing with me stuff and things. Oh my goodness, I have so much. Okay, let me just forward these to the desktop. If you're watching and you're like, who is this guy? My name is Sean Shapiro. I'm a former police officer. I talk about traffic safety, traffic law, and police stuff every single day. I did it as a cop. Now I do it as a civilian. And the goal is just to help you. I know I'm just that nice. No, I want to make roads safer for everybody. Yeah, DFly777 says painting company. You got it. That is a painting company thing. We're going to put it up on screen. Can you believe that? I think it's genius, and it's sort of bad, but genius. I'll explain both reasons for it. Why I think that way. Let's see here. Okay, go to my downloads folder. Oh, come on. Is that showing yet? Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, here we go. I am going to share with you the picture. Am I again in Safari? Come on. Here, we'll just open the Safari one. Is it going to work? Yeah, here we go. A little slow, but what the heck? What the heck? That didn't work at all. Stop sharing the page that's not working. All right, let's try that again. We'll try it from the correct browser this time. I've been having some weird memory leaks. I'm using some beta software to make stuff and things work. No, come on. I think it really is Chrome that's screwing it up. Try opening. Open. Go to downloads. And we'll open this up. All right, trying again. Would you confuse this vehicle with another vehicle? Yeah, painting. Isn't that crazy? I would at a glance. I mean, obviously it's a former police car. It even has strobes still attached. Um, they've made it look like a Toronto police car with the striping, and at a glance, that's a Toronto police car. So would it make people act better? Yeah. Could it get them shot? Possibly. There's some bad people who might target that vehicle thinking it's a police car. And then I imagine they'd all have a laugh after they shot the car up and said, "Oh, I thought you were a cop." It's dangerous to pretend to be a police officer. They're not openly trying to be a police officer, but they're trying to get your attention, which works. So I think it's both risky and genius all at the same time. I miss the Crown Vics. They were a great car. Truly, truly. All right. And then let me switch back here for a second. Maybe I will show you another one that is a questionable thing. What do you just to get in? Oh, LJ says voting on your hat logo and voiceover cop tastefully being in one corner overlaid on the background you have now. Okay, I could make that happen. I like that. I like that a lot. But I also want to give love to the sponsors. So it's that's the question: is what do you do with that? So okay, I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on that. We'll see it next live and experiment. Okay, here's another picture for you. Get your thoughts on it. And here's for the people who love cool cars, because I think this is a cool car. I even love the way it looks. But for those who are wondering why am I showing you this? Like, what do you think the problem is? How do I make this bigger, better? There we go. I've seen a number of these normally done to Lamborghinis, these modifications with the exposed exhaust to show it off. The problem is there's no bumper. I appreciate they even have a fantastic zip tie going on here. But there's additional issues. There's no light on the license plate, so that cannot be driven at night. That vehicle is not a night rider. It is a don't drive this car in public. I would give you a whole bunch of tickets and take you off the road. Well, they'll take you off the road for the no bumper. It's not safe. And it's too bad. At the night show, I've got a fantastic mechanic who's in here to chat about all sorts of stuff and things. But I'd like to get their perspective on the whole no bumper. But I'd take you got to have a bumper as a car. And then the issue is whether or not the license plate light. Greg Marshall says, spends all the money on a car, can't afford personalized plates. Woo. Okay, let's have a look. The Fly 777 says, is there any laws surrounding private vehicles having decals that look similar to police vehicles? So this is going back to the painting company car. If it looks similar but isn't trying to be, like, they're not trying to look like a police officer, they're trying to gain attention, I don't think it's illegal. I just think it's a really bad idea. But I'm not aware, like, if you're trying to impersonate a police vehicle because you're trying to pull people over, well, then you're starting to get into criminal stuff. LJ says, you have to have a light on the license plate if you only drive in the day. You don't, because you'd only know if the light was functional during the night. So, well, actually, let me take that back for a second, because I know that when we were doing blitzes when I was a 12 division officer, I had an officer who would tag or ticket every tow truck that didn't have a light on the plate. But I think they'd win in court. I don't, like, as much as that was enforced, I don't think it was a good ticket. Because why do you need to illuminate? Why would you get a ticket for not illuminating your license plate when the lighting system was turned off and you wouldn't know if it had an even functioning light bulb, because it would be off? Unless it was an inspection, I said, turn on the light, now you failed inspection. I think it would be a really big stretch, and I don't think it would be an appropriate charge to lay. So I would say that I personally would never enforce that license plate ticket, the lack of light bulb, during the day, because how would I substantiate that? I think it would look more like giving someone a hard time for nothing. But is it letter of the law? having to require, like, let's look at that law. Let's look at the wording. I love going down the rabbit hole. I am a friend to the rabbit hole, apparently, as Sergeant Campbell would often say. I have to give him a call. I haven't spoken to him in far too long. I miss him. Permits and plates. Okay, light. Illuminate. Oh, come on. Why wouldn't it be under permits and plates? Plate. Light. That didn't spell light properly. Light. Why? Where is the charge? Where did it go? Unfortunately, it's a terrible search system here, so I'm just scrolling through all of the charges. Silence is terrible. I should put music on. There, we'll do music. There's a lot of charges here I'm reading through. I need different music. This music is bothering me. How can I not find the plate light? Where did it go? This is annoying. But it's a $110 ticket for not having a light on. But now I'm not even seeing the charge in the new directory. They've amended things. I hope that they have not removed that charge. That would be a shame. Really? I don't see it. They do a lot of wonky stuff. Yeah, I don't see it. Which means it's probably me being incorrect, like searching the wrong section. I don't believe that they removed it. Unless they amalgamate. Okay, 1 second. There was another. We'll do light. So there's a section 13. No, that's not it. Obstruct plate printing accurate photograph by red light camera system. That's not it. Section 69, according to Matt. Thank you. But it's not showing up, section 69. Let's try. Maybe it's under permits and plates. Maybe it's under equipment. Oh, I was looking at permits and plates. Maybe it's under equipment. Yeah, it's not even showing up in 69. I'm doing quick searches by way of Shield Basic. Okay, let's go down. 62, he said. Hang on. 62. Equipment. It's under equipment. I was under plates. I was in the wrong section. See, I knew it was going to be incorrect user input. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. Still scrolling through for the subsection. No red light on rear trailer. Oh, come on. This is now the most boring section of the show. Okay, we're just going to do this simple. Plate light. Come on. Improper number plate light. Thank you for all the help, Matt. Okay, improper number plate light. Let's get the wording to see exactly how it falls. I would love to have Sergeant Campbell on. Improper. This is where I gotta reach out and say hello. See, it's good advice. The lamp on the rear of a motor vehicle or trailer shall be at least 3 candela and shall so be placed that it will be. Will at any time from 1/2 hour before sunset to 1/2 hour after sunrise or any other time due to insufficient light or unfavorable atmospheric conditions. Persons on vehicles on the highway are not clearly discernible at 150 millimeters, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think that only applies. I think it can only really be tested at night or during the times outlined. I don't think it would be appropriate to lay the charge. But I'm glad that we had this discussion. And Greg Marshall, thank you also for suggesting 62 of the HTA. I don't know. You know what? It said plates. And, I haven't looked at that particular charge in some time. And my bad. It's amazing when you don't read something for a while. you done forget where it is. It's just one of the charges that I know off the top of my head, the wording, general wording, and I was looking for the nuanced stuff. And I'm going to move on now. But thank you for everybody who jumped in. Stephen Bell says, "Hey Sean, good morning. Good morning to you." Akela says, "I have to get you those demerit badges. They're on my desk at waiting." Yes, we have to get together is what we have to do. Okay, let's have a look here. Stand by. Let's have a look here. So make sure I'm up to date everywhere. Zach Da Silva says, "Hi, if I'm turning on a yellow and there's a red light camera, the light turns red and I'm in the intersection, will I get a ticket?" The answer is no. You won't get a ticket for that because a red light camera will capture you running a red light. And that means you're entering the intersection after the light has turned red. It does not capture you if you're in the intersection and it turns red. And that's because you're allowed to enter the intersection on a green lawfully, and then you're obligated to exit on the red. Now, things get a little sticky. If you enter on a yellow, have you broken the law? Well, if it was unsafe to stop, then no. But if it was safe to stop and you chose to accelerate to make it through, that would be disobeying a yellow light, failing to stop. And although a red light camera won't catch you, a police officer could. And what else is that? What else can I tell you about cameras and things? Also, if you come to a complete stop before you enter, you haven't run the red light. You've proceeded before green. It's a different charge, and the red light camera doesn't capture it. Greg Marshall says, "Are you allowed to have Erin on your show again?" I've let her know that I'd love to have her show again. And because we were talking about other things, and she has, I think she has to get clearance to do it. See, I'm no longer a police entity. So she has her own channel. She can do it. There was also some issues with podcasts that didn't go so well and caused some controversy. And I believe that they need special authority to be on any podcast now. But I hope that she does get permission, and I hope that she does join, because it would be awesome. 7JSA7 says, "Sean, you are the man." Thanks. I don't know what I said that makes me the man, but I appreciate you. And for anyone watching who doesn't know who I am, I'm the man, according to JSA7 or 7JSA7. And also, I want to let you know that Ask a Traffic Cop has a website now, askatrafficcop.ca.com. Both work. So you'll find us either way. And on that site, not only will you always find the most recent episode right on the face of the page, but I'm going to be putting on a whole bunch of things there. One of which are all the links and suggested tips and tricks, links to good stuff that will help you out in terms of learning the HTA, in terms of clarifying laws, in terms of, whatever is worthy of sharing. Stuff like links to children safety restraints. Like, how do you put one in? What are the laws? It's things that I used to link to in a link tree that was 9 pages long. And now we're going to put it in a very organized way on a website. And it's just going to look so much better. You can also ask questions by leaving a voicemail, and we'll play your voicemail on the show. It's really cool. John did that earlier. And I think that this is going to become a thing. I hope it's going to be a thing. The plan is to make it a thing. So if you have questions and you want to be, heard and not just read, then leave a voicemail. Go there. You can also sign up for the wonderful, and I haven't published even one episode or one, what is it called? Episode? Issue. I have not yet made issue 1 of the mailing list newsletter, but it's going to happen. It'll be things delivered to your mailbox. It also allows us to make sure we stay in contact in the event that things like TikTok go away, because there's always that worry. So I'd love to be able to stay in touch with you after and outside of social media, because we never know what's going to happen. And there's so many people who say, "I'm so glad to see you after years of not seeing you." Well, how did that happen? If you followed me, how do you not see me? Well, I follow people and I don't see any of their content. So how does that work? Call Me Chris. Do you know Call Me Chris? Fantastic Canadian content creator. She used to do the videos with the tiny hands. Very, very funny. I have no idea if she still exists. She had like 15 million followers. I was one of them. I don't get any updates. Let me just make sure I'm still following. I'm really curious. I am super, super curious. Call Me Chris. Let's see. I don't have to be in the main window. Stand by. Call me Chris. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Call me. Okay. 50 million followers. And it says I'm not following her. But okay. And how? But I don't even see her on my For You page. Like nothing. When's the most recent video? A day ago. Yeah. So what the heck? How am I not getting, well, and that, for whatever reason, I wasn't following her on this channel. Maybe I was following her on the Toronto Police. Regardless, 50 million followers. How am I not seeing her in my For You page? But people who do follow me say that they haven't seen my stuff. There's also a bell icon if you're on TikTok that if you press it, you do it, you'll actually get notified. Okay, let me see what's going on here. Nicholas Rizzi says, the city is under attack. The mayor kicks down your... What is this? Okay, let's put it on screen. Let's see what Rizzi wants to know. The city is under attack. The mayor kicks down your door with your police uniform and an updated belt with cool weapons. The mayor says to you, time to suit up, kid. You're going in. Do you suit up to save the city? Hell yes. Listen, I didn't stop being a cop because I didn't want to be a cop. I stopped being a cop because I needed to be here for my family. And this allows me to continue contributing in a meaningful way after having left the police service, which I love with my heart, like my whole heart. I'm a cop through and through. Yeah, I'll always be there if they come for help. I would be, if I could, I'd be back there today. It's just that I got some priorities, and those priorities are my family. And one day maybe that'll change. Maybe things will get a little easier, and I'll be back. I'd love to. Let's see here. Dave says, I think she's doing a lot of promos for companies now, to be honest. What? No, Dave, if you're Dave says, I think she's doing promos. Do you mean Erin? If you think she's doing promos, you're probably on her Facebook page, and the Facebook page is not her. Please report that. She does not have a Facebook page for Erin Urquhart, traffic enforcement person. The Facebook one is totally baloney. Someone wrote to me and told me that she was doing that. Oh, call me Chris. Okay, different story. But I thought you were talking about Erin, because Erin is having a problem. If you are in Facebook, there's a fake account. It's totally fake, doing really nasty posts. But Call Me Chris is doing promos. I didn't know that. I guess you got to pay the bills, and she's 50 million followers. I'd probably get some promos done too. But if the content is still good and quality, then you can't do everything for free, like forever. 7JSA7 says, have a great day, Sean. Thanks very much. Good to see you. Hope to see you again. I'm over time. I'm 6 minutes into the following hour, so I can't stay. I will be back on when will we be back? Monday at 10 a.m. to do this again. And I'll have to send an email off to Sergeant Campbell, see if he's got some time he can come play. I'd love to have him on the show. I miss him. Okay. Stephen Bell says, I wanted to know if any emergency vehicles that has emergency lights and sirens on, how does not trigger red light camera when they go through a red light? They do it by coming to a complete stop. That's really why it's there. If you come to a complete stop as an emergency vehicle, it doesn't trigger the camera. If you don't stop, it does go through. Dave says, no late night show tonight. No, I do the late night shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Friday and the weekend is family time, so no shows, although occasionally I'll post videos. But yeah, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I try and stay off the internet because I got kids here and I got to spend time with them, because if I don't, when am I spending time with them? They're the most important people in my life. And my wife, my family, they're the most important. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So with that, I will just scroll. Oh. Won't be around Monday. Time for dad jokes. Yes, let's do the dad jokes, because they came from the Akela Draconis, the one and only. If you have dad jokes, whether you want to read them and leave them as a voicemail, or you want to share them right here in the chat, let us know, because I love the dad jokes. I share them for everybody, and they have become, part of the fabric of the show. So, why did it take Christopher Columbus so long to learn the alphabet? Because he spent so many months at sea. Yeah, I guess. Is it the best joke? No. Is it? But I got it. Star Wars dad joke. How many tickets will it take to make a Sarlacc laugh? Tentacles. Oh, tickles. I read tickets. How many tickles will it take to make a Sarlacc laugh? Tentacles. Even though I screwed up the joke, I don't think I made it worse. I'm not criticizing Akela. He's got a calendar. He shares the outcome of the calendars. He doesn't write the jokes. He shares the jokes. So we're not criticizing Akela when I say that was a terrible joke. Sam Hoskin says, every dad likes bad dad jokes at Creed. LOL. And Creed, he says. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Star Wars dad joke. What did Han Solo say when he jumped into the trash compactor? Shoot. 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 I really screwed that one up 3 times in a row. I'm just assuming there was something more to just shoot. Was it shoot? No, shoot. This is also a really bad joke, despite the fact that I'm the one who read it so horribly. Okay, let's have some other dad jokes from anyone, not Star Wars related. I don't do well with the Star Wars ones. They don't relate. I love Star Wars, but I don't love Star Wars. I don't know enough to know what a sarlacc is. What is a sarlacc, by the way? I know it has tentacles. Okay, anyway. A quote from Leonardo da Vinci. He who wishes to be rich in a day will be hanged in a year. Well, I'm guessing if you're rich in a day, you've committed a number of offenses, criminal ones, and chances are that's why you're going to be hung. Interesting. Dark, but interesting. The what? Did you hear about the massive illegal wig bust that just went down in Toronto? Is that a dad joke or a legit thing? Illegal wigs? Walker, Texas Ranger, I'm calling you. For real? Do we have to Google this? Illegal wigs. This has got to be a joke. Hang on. I'm in the absence of a comment, I'm doing research to find out if there is. It's a dad joke. Thank God it's a dad joke. I was Googling. It is a delay from when I speak to when they can read it. So the dad joke is, did you hear about the massive illegal wig bust that just went down in Toronto? Not much info yet, but I saw police combing the area for evidence. Thank God it's not a real thing. I started Googling. Okay. It looks like we are up to date. And he's laughing. Very good. All comments. Let's see if anyone threw anything in. But Go Away Okay says, none of us would have been surprised if it was real. Yeah, there's nothing shocking anymore, is there? Which is sad. Akela Dracona says, stay safe. Remember, don't have a good day. Have a great weekend. Dad joke from Rizzy says, I was digging in my garden and found a treasure with gold. I was so excited I was going to run inside and tell my wife, but then I remembered why I was digging in my garden in the first place. Oh my. When the light bulb goes off and you're like, oh, that's so dark. It's so terrible. Did anyone else clue in? Yeah, that's some dark humor, my friend. All righty. No, I got it. I totally got it. Nicholas spelling it out for the audience. It's just so dark. Sarlacc was the thing in Return of the Jedi that they were throwing people into in the desert. Well, that is good to know. I am now up on my Sarlacc trivia. Greg Marshall laughing because he got it. Did anyone else? Okay. The people who got it are apparently as dark and messed up as Rizzy is, which is probably why I appreciate him. Sam Hoskins 18 says, dark humor is a means of survival. LOL. Yes, it is. Some of the best. All right. Saying goodbye for the second time. Have a wonderful day. Drive safe, drive sober, and we'll see you on Monday where we do this all again. And then Tuesday where we do it again, but at night. And then on Wednesday when we do it, you get the